Man, if you're Arsenal, you are pissed. You know, it's one of those weird things. If you took a draw knowing that you would play with 10 men for 45 plus minutes away from home against City, heck yes. Within the context of the game, if you're Arsenal, you are pissed. You are pissed because you were literally seconds away from getting one of the most famous victories anyone has ever had against Pep. Ever, as in against 10 men away from home, and to get a 2-1 dub would have been huge. So, like, look, I'll break the game down, but if you're Arsenal, you must be feeling pissed. So, look, let's just go through the whole story of the game. This kid's good. Like, this kid's good. This kid is really good. Like, this kid is really, really good, bro. I mean, wow. Like, that goal was Savio. That first goal from City, it was all Savio. It was all Savio. Like, because again, just that's, I keep telling you, a first touch is a great thing. A first touch can pretty much create a goal or put you in a great goal scoring position. That first touch he had, it's adopted Calafiori. Twice. It's adopted because just that touch sends Calafiori back to the Middle Ages. He went back to the freaking Middle Ages. He sent Calafiori back to the Crusade. He sent him back to the Roman. That touch from Savio sent Calafiori back to ancient Rome, where Calafiori had to say, "What's up?" and "Buongiorno" to your boy Julius Caesar. That is how crazy that first touch was. And that just put him in a great position, great with that space, quality through ball, Haaland, simple goal. From that position, I thought, oh, this looks nasty. And Savio was looking good. And you can now see why there is so much has been made about this guy, because he's young, and this guy, especially with the Brazil suffering, he has that tesh. He's got that Salini, he's got that Shomlek, he's got that Lala, that Tata, that Salatatini. So yeah, man, I mean, he was cooking. He was that dude. So Arsenal, they came back in the game, great equalizer from Calafiori. Amazing equalizer. So I thought, okay, 1-1, okay, we're in for a game. Rodri gets injured. Then you have Gabriel getting the freaking goal. And then from this position, I was like, we have a very interesting game. And I just wish we had 11v11 Arsenal torn up going into the second half. Because if we had had that, I think it would have been a very fascinating game where who knows who could have won? Who knows who could have won? But here's the thing here. At first I said, was that a yellow? Trossard. Don't allow the referee to even have to make that kind of a decision. Don't allow the referee to make that kind of a decision. So for Trossard, was it a breakaway? Were you trying to stop like a clear goal? The City were not going anywhere. It was a stupid foul. A very stupid foul that you do not need to make. Was it a harsh yellow? Perhaps, maybe, but those can be given. So the fact that you even put yourself in that position where it could be given, that is utter stupidity. Now, when more minutes played, maybe not, but for me, for Trossard, your team had just gone 2-1 up away from home. You're in a great position in what could yet be another close title race. That was utter stupidity. So from that point on, I was like, yeah, it's over. City are going to win. You've got 45 plus minutes to cook, to now say what's up. It's easy dub. So like, okay, they'll score 2-1. It's probably going to be 3-1 at the end of the day. Arsenal almost pulled off one of the great defensive performances in the Premier League this season. City are reinforced at home. We know how much they're reinforced at home, and this is a fortress. So if anybody told you that City would struggle to score a goal, forget about scoring 2 or 3 goals, they would struggle to score a goal at home, 45 minutes with one man extra, you'll be like, no, you're smoking Scontoriga. Arsenal defensively were outstanding. Now you can say that, you see, you have to understand for people here, and I think some people are being stupid. So some idiots who don't understand football would say, oh my gosh, save them right for playing this negative football. They're so negative. You effing morons. You are 2-1 up. You are a man down. So what you want to now open up and play Joga Bonito with a man down against a team as good as Man City with the kind of bench they have? That's stupid. The only thing I would say is I think he should have brought on Sterling because I thought Sterling could have been a really good out ball and a really good counter-attacking option in that. Beyond that, Arsenal were outstanding defensively because City couldn't go through. The fact that you saw Ruben Dias take so many shots just showed you, because you know what this reminded me of? It reminded me of one of the great defensive performances ever. 2010, second leg, Inter against Barca, where Busquets faked an injury to get Thiago Motta sent off, and Jose Mourinho produced one of the great defensive performances against that amazing Barca side. So that's what reminded me of, because I was watching it side, no penetration. And I was like, Arsenal, like, you know, these guys could do this. Because at a point, City were like, we can't penetrate these guys. There was no vertical movement. There was no vertical balls. Everything was just side to side to side to side. And Arsenal looked very comfortable. And that was what was worrying me. I was like, you would think that Arsenal will be on the back foot, last-ditch tackle, last-ditch save. The amount of comfort and how comfortable Arsenal looked defensively with one man down against City, I was like, what? Because Arsenal didn't have to go out and get a goal. You're up 2-1. So for City, no, you have to force the issue. And if it's a remain like that, Arsenal win 2-1, 3 points. But again, it was just that one damn mistake, bro. Just that one damn mistake. And they were so close to doing it. They were so close. And shout out to John Stones. Yes, he's a defender, but he's a guy that comes up and comes up with huge plays. And that could potentially be a massive points for City. Because imagine if John Stones doesn't do that and Arsenal now gets 3 points away from home, knowing that they can now face City at the crib. This could be a pivotal moment in the title race, man. So, look, for me, I say to myself that I wish it was 11v11. From City's point of view, it is worrying though that, because I say to myself that, okay, if it's a team that sits back, forces City to play in front of them, and you now have a good counter-attacking option, you have a good out ball, and you can counter them, that's how you beat them. And the funny thing is, that is how you've always beaten Pep. When you look at the teams that have beaten Pep, whether it was Chelsea in 2012, whether it was 2010 Pep, or the teams who have made it hard against them, are teams who force them to play in front of them and hit them quickly on the counter direct with the ball over the top with speed. So Pep and City have to figure out that if those teams are fully defensive, how do we break these guys down? We need more vertical movements and we need a lot more imagination. The lack of imagination, it was worrying. You will face teams like that. You have to have a strategy for all kinds of teams. Teams that come out and attack you, and teams that have men behind the ball. Men behind the ball, you have to dribble, you have to be much imaginative, you have to have 1-2 quick passes, and you have to offer a different kind of a strategy to now break these guys down. Because passing ain't going to do it. You have to take a lot more risks, more crosses into the box, more long balls, actually try and push the defenders out. So look, but for Arsenal, man, I think, look, if you're 30, you'd be pissed because you would have thought that we could have stolen something here. That we could have really stolen an opportunity and stolen a Dubinsky here. But it's weird though. It's still a good point. It's still a very, very, very good point for Arsenal, because again, to take the points away from home is great, but why it's frustrating is this could have been 3 points. Arsenal could have really stolen 3 points. And Arteta now thinks to himself that, Trossard, you effing moron. If we had 11v11, who knows what we could have done? Who knows what we could have done if it was 11v11? Because defensively, I think we match well against these guys. So Arteta just has to be frustrated and angry that what was an amazing defensive performance in a very difficult situation against one of the best sides in the world did not result in what I think they felt they should have deserved as the 3 points. But for City, if you're City, you're like, we should have won this game. They should have won this game. Based on the possession they had, yet a man up at home, they should have won this game. So I think for Pep, people are like, look, we didn't lose. Man, specifically, we didn't give our potential title rivals 3 points. Because this could have been a very different discussion if Arsenal won the game. So Pep can say, look, we got a point. We stopped them from getting a win. We got a point, which is good. But I think moving forward, Pep has to say, like, look, we have to find a way of being a lot more clinical. We have to find, and I think what Pep has to just decide, drawing boards, is why don't we create more chances? Why do we not create a lot more clear-cut chances? Forget about minimizing the ball. We have quality players. There is enough quality on that City team for them to still be able to create clear-cut chances even against a team that was as ultra-defensive as Arsenal. Because that's about football. But there's enough talent, there's enough individual talent there for you to create a lot more chances than they did. Meaning that Ruben Dias had to take so many freaking shots, man. So look, what does it tell us about the title race? Not much. Long way to freaking go. But again, if you're Arsenal, could this be their year? Who knows? My money's still on Man City. City are still the team to beat. I still think that they are still the strongest side this season. But with the way this game went, things could just get slightly interesting.